What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Coco's Create. I'm Coleman, and we are back. Hopefully my mic sounds a little bit better. I noticed in some of the episodes it was a little bit quiet, so I kind of bumped that up a little bit because I was messing around with some features and I figured out how to do that. So hopefully that sounds a little bit better, and I'm sorry if it was quiet in the past episodes. In the future, it'll all be sorted out. So, we have arrived at Colonel Sanders' home. I want to take a second and look at this. There's an urn here. I'm interested in that. There's a chicken. There's a lovely fireplace, a little candle there. Not sure what that is on his table there, but there's something there. Picture of him as a baby, I guess. He was born handsome, that's for sure. Him on a camel? Maybe his father or something? There's no way that's him in the time of this story, so hopefully that's a father. And a wall safe. You've arrived and you start to feel a special bond surrounded by his things. I forgot to read that. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair up with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? He told me a secret, so I'm going to reveal my secret to him. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. Ugh, I hate coleslaw. I can't stand the thing. But I'm sure Colonel Sanders loves it, so. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until it's just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later, and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Okay, I can't tell what this is, so I want to see that. Silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein is not just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver. His hair is silver. I'm interested in this. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing to them. No, they don't. What? You look closely and you realize there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. I don't know if that's a if that's a KFC reference or what, but the photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices? I'm not going in there yet. I want to look at all this stuff first. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who hangs a framed baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? Let's look out on the view. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and the mountain range beyond. And then the ghost of student pops up.
Are you thinking about heading into the world on a quest to avenge my death?
Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you?
I could just tell you my name right now. It's...
Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window, a crack, and the ghost is swept out with a breeze. Tap on an item to discover more. Let's see what candles he likes. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's redacted. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy. Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when he was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Alright, let's look at the urn. You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. And let's look at this safe. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Whoa! Whoa! Then it dawns on you as soon as you turn the dial to 111111, make a wish. The safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? I don't know. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its collar and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in its scent. Say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. It's a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off. You decide that now is your moment and make a big move. You tell him you're cold. I think I gotta tell him the truth. I gotta be honest with you. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too. But I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel. Yes, Coco. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! Zzz, all of them are there. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Wow, so the start of day 3, the final day of the cooking academy. I'm surprised there wasn't a battle that day. I really thought it was gonna happen. So you awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. Redacted. In some jurisdictions, redacted isn't even legal. But if the recipe is the secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. There's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Wow, there's a lot of innuendos I could be making here. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? I'm not taking him down a peg. I'm flattering him. You know, I think we make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eyes, gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? Oh, it's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. No! Don't... there's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home and find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you.
Where have you been?
Because
I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you.
It's okay, I was just...
But now that it turns out you're fine, I can totally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam.
Sure, but...
You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date!
I think I can believe that.
Since I'd been partnered up with Clink, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you'd better keep your dials turned light and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure. I didn't get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control.
Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker?
And now I'm not really sure where we stand.
You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him.
You what?
Nothing happened. But the emotional connection, wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. Oh, Miriam and I are... It's tough, you know? Cooking... School for cooking, college cooking, whatever it's called, it can, divide people. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. What does that mean, Pop? You can get your swirly dipped, too. Why don't you go pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school? There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You got some nerve, Coco, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. I love how his hair does that. Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Ah! Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever! Colonel arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Coco, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday, I broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor? Oh, sorry. But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Coco, I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Coco. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Wow, that's that book? It looks like... Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, Miriam. I don't know what My voice just didn't do what I thought it was gonna do there.
Whoa, that's that book! It looks like bad news!
It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff.
A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful?
I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use the spell here that it says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming exam.
That is way down drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger.
Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. No! Why would I do it? You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. No. Don't do it. I'm not doing it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. I'm glad I had the choice there. Okay, well, I am going to go ahead and end this episode here, since we're, starting a new scene here. So, if you liked this video, go ahead and drop a like. If you didn't like this video, it's okay to dislike it, but if you do dislike it, I ask that you please let me know in the comments below what about the video you didn't like. If you're... I'm trying to think of something big that happened in this episode. If you're mad that I ran out of Colonel Sanders' house like that instead of, talking to him about how I feel, let me know. And, well, I can't really change that, but, that's just the game. If you want to see more of my content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also ring that little dinger bell, and YouTube will send you a notification of whatever I post whenever it is. You'll be the first to hear about it. And if you want to check in the description, you'll see the link to Coco's Create Instagram, where I'll post updates about videos, scheduling, all that sort of stuff, and you can hear about it there. So with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!